Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lax here. I'm really happy to present to you guys. I'm doing this new series where we're gonna get really in depth with with just studying how I attack bases and showing you like onboard drawing and stuff like that, and just kind of get into the what's going inside of my mind. Because when I'm streaming, I can it's hard for me to explain everything, and so I wanted to do this series to kind of really dive in. I don't think there's been a DomiNations video, except the ones I did on sniping a while ago, that were like this, because I tried the same ideas. But yeah, we're going to try to do this here. So we're going to go ahead and play the video real quick. And so for here, I'm attacking this base, alright? So let me kind of explain this in, put this in a way that you guys can understand. Might be better to do this without music, or maybe I can lower the music a little bit because it's kind of loud in my ears. So, alright, so let me get the little marker out. There's a draw. Nice. It draws, and I can erase it. Good. So, when you're looking at a base like this, something we have to notice real quick is you see where the edge of the forest is down here, and you see it over here. When you send planes in, it's gonna come from the relative to the spot on the map where the specific tower that you're gonna hit is. That's where the plane's gonna come from, the edge of the forest to that, or specifically where you click, you know, where your input is. So if your input's here compared to it being here, you know, the plane might, or I'm sorry, compared to here, the plane might come from this side or come from this side, depending on, you know, where it's sitting on. Obviously it would probably come from this side just because it's closer to this than it's closer to this. So let's take all these markings out here. So when I'm looking at a base like this, what I like to look at is I like to look at tower zones. And so tower zones are where all the towers are. I'm pretty bad at this drawing part here. The anti-airs, they matter too. Towers here. And there's a tower here that got destroyed. And I look at these towers, right? And I look at let me get a different color. I look at their zones. So they all have this tower right here. As far as zones, it'll probably have a zone of this. Oh, this is a pretty horrible drawing. This one right here will probably have a zone like this. I don't know. It's pretty. It's a horrible, you know, circle. But the point is that they all have zones in which they control. They control what's up in the sky, right? And that's just for your planes, right? So now, looking at those, we can kind of figure out, okay, which areas are extremely heavy with with things that can destroy my planes. I want those gone first. So we can see there's a castle here, there's this guy here, and then there's this guy here. So what I can do is I can drop my tanks in these particular spots to kind of work and kill these four. That elevates a lot of pressure, right? Because all we gotta do with less is just the two anti-airs and then these two towers. I can drop a tank here to take care of this tower. You know what? Look at that. We only have two towers and two anti-airs left. That literally takes a lot of pressure off me, because now I don't have to worry about you know, about setting my planes in and being scared that this bunker right here is gonna drop something, or that, you know, maybe there's traps and I have to pop a heal, or, you know, something, or, you know, especially these anti-tank guns, you want these destroyed, right? So now that we've gotten, you know, as the battle progresses, let's see if we can play the video real quick. We notice that the general comes out and he does spawn. But let me just say something. Keep playing the video, actually. I'm trying to figure this out, so I'm pretty new to this. So let's actually back that up a little bit, because I want to explain a few things here. General's going to spawn, right? So the general's level 8. You can see that right there. It's a pretty horrible drawing, but it's a level 8. So level 8 general, we know is not going to, you could probably sit there and calculate the hit points on it if you really want to get, deep into it, but it's not going to be that big a deal. Think when it starts to get a little bit annoying is when they're, level, I want to say, 20 plus. You can probably have a heavy tank take on a level 20 general plus, but you wouldn't want to. So that's when I would have used something like a sabotage, but because I saw that he was a level 8, I did not mind letting him drop if that happened. Mostly because the general's not going to do much damage. It's just the castle's presence over airplanes. It just does a lot. So, so now that that's destroyed, something I'm looking at is, okay, look, I've got all this right here, all this pressure destroyed because of the planes are gone. That means that what I can do is I'm going to target this guy right here, and I'm going to target this guy. And the reason I'm going to target these two is the anti-tank gun is going to do a lot of damage to these tanks coming in. You know, so these tanks are all going to go like this. This anti-tank gun has a range of this. So it's going to start hurting these tanks once they start moving up. And this is about the time I would like to look for a speed rally. So I need to kill the anti-tank gun, but I also need to kill the anti-air. And the reason the anti-air is because my planes are going to be hitting in this area. And I want to make sure that we don't take damage from this anti-air. So I want to take care of the anti-air right away. So that's why when we play the video here, we can see that I take care of the anti-tank gun and I take care of the anti-air. One big thing I would say is if you're trying to understand the damage and and how much damage your planes deal and take, you can look at numbers, but numbers aren't going to give you what they call street knowledge, where it's just like you get out there and you like actually feel it and you get a feel for it. So you can sit there and do the number crunching, but that's not going to help you. The biggest thing to help you out is just by playing. That's how you get used to your planes. I know it's going to take 2 planes to kill this guy, and it'll take 1.5 planes to kill this guy. So when I do that, I'm also thinking of this guy is going to go down, this anti-air is going to go down by the first plane, and half of and then because the planes have 2 strafes, so they go in, they hit something, they turn around, they hit something. It's 2 loops, right? So both planes are going to go in and hit, and then one plane's going to come around and kill it, and the other plane's going to loop around and hit something else. Because the air the anti-air presence, the tower presence on this side of the map, on this top side of the map, is non-existent, I was okay with that. That's why I dropped where I did. That's how I look at this. It's like zones, and I had to figure out how I'm gonna perceive. So that zone was destroyed because we had the heavy tanks come in, and they destroyed the castle and everything else. So I know that my plane, even though it's going to go for a second loop-de-loop or whatever, it's going to be fine. So let's continue, because I don't want to take forever on these. So it goes and attacks one of these mills. So from here on out, from this section of the map, we can see that we've cleared a good portion of this stuff. We got a tower here that, with time, this heavy tank up top will kill, and that this heavy tank is, they're all going to kind of move in and do stuff. So really what I want to focus on is killing these 2 towers. And the reason is this guy and this guy aren't especially this guy isn't anywhere close to this tower, this anti-tank gun or cannon tower, whatever. That can hurt the tanks. And then this guy isn't anywhere near them, and neither is this one. But if I want to get to these 2, I definitely don't want to have to get shot by this guy or this guy. So taking these guys out is a priority, because that also lets me take out this guy without having to take damage from this or this. So that's, you got to think about it like that too. So we go ahead and play the video. So drop 2 planes, okay? The planes come in, they kill it. Look at this. Let me show you guys something. All right, so if you have research done for tower health, even because my planes are fighter MK6s with 10 out of 10 Amelia research done on damage, so we're looking at 239 DPS. If you have any sort of Amelia's health research on towers, this is gonna happen where they literally get to no HP left, and it's because you need a third plane. You essentially need 5 strafes. So it's you send 2 in, 2 come back out. That's 4 hits. You need a 5th hit technically to destroy these towers. So, this is part of the whole getting to know your planes. But there's also that unexpected if they have research, you kind of have to adapt. So I had to adapt to the strategy a little bit and change things to go, okay, I can't kill everything as quickly now, but it's fine. So we send 1 back in and 1 back in for this bottom one. Yep. Okay, that's good to go. Oh, yes. Let me rewind that a little bit so I can show you this here. So as I send these 2 in, right, these two are going to die, but then these 2 tanks are coming in like this, which means that this anti-tank gun is the next target. So since I have 4 planes total, I'd send 1, and then I can target this with 2. And that way I can keep these heavy tanks rolling through the base without having to worry about all this other things that could hurt. The reason I'm so plane reliant is because your planes can do so much damage, and they can just kind of do a lot of the work as long as you're smart with them. So let me actually go back and let's go ahead and show off what I did there. So this is called a speed rally. The reason why it's advantageous for me to do a speed rally at this point is you see that this tank right here has all this wide open area, and this tank has all this wide open area, but you see how there's no wall here? They're both gonna, their AI is gonna walk through this. This guy right here needs to walk through here, and then you can see that these two are gonna walk through here to get this. So they have a lot of distance to travel, right? Right, so the best way to make a heavy tank go through distance faster is what we call a speed rally. I am giving 100% credit of this idea to Christopher from boot camp, because he's the one who a long time ago told me you need a speed rally, and I never understood what he was saying by that. But now that I get it on this level, I understand that this is just how you make your troops go faster through a base. There is no pressure from for me to have to worry about necessary buildings I need to destroy. Right now, it's just these tanks need to get inside, and I want them to move quickly. This is how you progress to a base faster. I wouldn't necessarily always speed rally, because there's times where speed rallies are bad. And I actually will probably have to show you guys clips of that in the future, because I think I have a few. But this is a very prime time to do speed rally. And like I said, they're all going in. There's no wall here, so I know they can just move in. And then this right here, it's just a straight line. So great time to do a speed rally. And you can see that I speed rally perfectly. Boom. So when I speed rally, I wait for the planes to come back, because like I said, these towers take four hits. So 2 to come in, and they turn around and do 2 backwards. That's just because I know my planes from having messed around with them long enough. So it's gonna take 4 hits. So the way that I've actually been testing this out, the way this works best is you do the speed rally when they start turning around, and that'll make the tightest speed rally you can make, because if you wait any longer than that, you'll make them rally here instead, and you don't want that. That's like the worst thing you could have with like a heavy tank army, is make them rally somewhere, because then these guys are gonna have to walk all the way through here, and it just messes the whole idea that they could destroy all of this stuff here, and then these guys here can destroy all of this, so the you don't want to mess that up. So just when you see them turn around, you just hit the rally button, and when that happens, you should be fine. So there we go. There's a speed rally. Next thing, there's a heavy tank that's about to spawn. So it'll take I think 5 hits to destroy that. I think, right? So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That's 5 hits. The reason that was an advantageous hit for me was because I saw the bar was coming down. Let's try to get through the rest of this. All this stuff is simple. So I saw the bar that was filling up. Come on, rewind a little bit. So right here, you see the bars filling up. That means it's gonna be spawning in the next 2-3 seconds. So I know that the heavy tank's gonna spawn. But the reason that I was okay with not targeting the heavy tank but targeting the bunker is because the heavy tank would either spawn out of here or here, but it has to come through this gate to come this way to attack this guy, or it would just come out like this, actually, because this isn't a wall. So let me erase that. Or otherwise, it's just gonna hit the closest target. So this is its path, its AI path is gonna go this way, right? So I knew that it's gonna have to walk down this way or walk down this way, and my planes have a 4-space AOE that they kind of hit in. So if I targeted the bunker, I knew that I could get the bunker destroyed, but if the heavy tank comes out because of the 4 range of the planes, I could also kill the heavy tank. So that's also something about the way that works that you can learn. So yep, it comes out, boom, destroyed. So from here on out, I'm not really worried about these tanks. These heavy tanks, their descriptions, they do extra damage to normal tanks, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do send some things in because my planes just don't really have anything else to do. But yeah, then I send in 2 for this guy, so he's dead. I send in 2 for this guy, he's dead. And I drop another speed rally, and the reason the speed rally was also advantageous there is, let me play this in slow motion. Oh, that's dead. Is this guy right here is gonna move down, and I want him to move. This guy is gonna move here, or he's gonna hit this. I think he's hitting this one, right? This guy is hitting this, and then this bottom guy is moving this way. This guy is making a loop-de-loop to come here. So I know that a speed rally here would help them get to their destinations faster. Probably won't help this guy as much, but it's okay because everyone else, the majority of the tanks are all moving in a solid direction. So I know that a speed rally would be a really good time to hit that right there. So yeah, that's why we did that one. Hits the mortar. 2. It's a nice speed rally there. We go and we come in after some of these other buildings to clean up. Because like I said, right now our planes, like readouts can hurt your planes, but they don't hurt by much. So here, what you want to do is you have your, I run with cleanup crew, janitors I like to call them. One mistake I made that I would definitely recommend everyone not make is when you're about to do cleanup, make sure that things like this guy are destroyed. If you want like absolutely like 0 unit lost, which is, I think I lost a few units on this one, and it's a little bit of like food, you know, but if you do that often, it adds up over time, especially since I'm hitting a lot of bases. So you want to destroy this guy. I think this guy takes 9 hits. It's like 4 planes in, 4 planes out, and then it takes 1 to kill it. So it's 9 hits. So at this HP, it could probably do 8 hits, honestly, or maybe 7. So I should have sent planes to kill this guy first. And then what I should have done, here's another little trick, is you see how this like little bar is almost full? If I spawn units here, these guys are going to aggro the cleanup crew. I don't want them to aggro the cleanup crew. I want them to come in and aggro the tanks. And the reason is because the cleanup crew right now can like directly clean all of this stuff up, while these heavy tanks finish doing up the stuff. The planes can deal with all this other stuff, you know? So it's very important that my cleanup crew stays unbothered. And I should have, I think I dropped them now and maybe they aggroed. But if they didn't, you usually want to look at the bars filling up when you send up a cleanup crew and make sure you don't. You can also send rifles. Drop rifles would have been good. I don't know if I did that. Let me play the VOD real quick. Yep, so you see I'm losing units. So what I should have done is I should have waited for these guys all to come out and go this way before dropping my troops. So that's kind of what the whole point of that was. Just kind of be aware you can maximize the amount of food you end up getting out of a raid like this. The next thing I do, and this is very dangerous, I would not recommend people do this, is I should have checked what's in the town center, because sometimes people get howitzers. You don't know this kind of stuff, right? So the way you check a town center is you keep 1 unit and you have it stand right here or send somewhere in the town center. You wait for the bar to fill up and you see what comes out. If it's not howitzers, then what you do is you grab all your rifles or whatever and you send it in, or you send all your planes. You can literally have a plane go here, 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 and here on all 4 corners of the town center. You can kill all the units coming out. You can probably do it with 3 planes, but 4 is to be safe. Because right now my planes don't really have anything else to do besides just like stand around and wait. So that's what you can also do. So there we go. We did drop rifles, which kind of helps alleviate the problem, but it's also dangerous because I didn't wait. I don't think. Did I wait? Nope. Let's see, this is a dangerous situation. So you see how he's hitting it? 1 guy by himself and he's hitting the town center and it fills up. Howitzers can still come out and they can still shoot. So I should have waited for sure to make sure that it was just infantry and not howitzers. The thing though is I've hit a lot of bases and I've actually gotten to know that if I just see a little man come out, I'm assuming all the other guys are coming out. That's an assumption that I hopefully don't want you guys to get carried away and make too, because there might be howitzers that come out and you don't see that. So even though I've experienced and I've done this, and maybe, you know, maybe I could have sent the 2 planes I had here. That's the other thing you can do. If you want to drop all the riflemen, which I still would not like recommend. If you do make that mistake, do try to keep some planes on hand so you can panic, send your planes in. But yeah, I should have waited for to see everything's coming out, and that way I'd know, okay, I can drop everything else. But yeah, just driving that point home so you guys don't like, oh, I lost my troops at the town center, or like my cleanup crew, like, you know. So here I should have sent a plane here to clean these guys up. I maybe should have helped clean this up here, and I didn't. Because now all my facilities are dead, so that's a mistake I made. To maximize, you know, like I said, the amount of food I get, because I had to spend food to, you know, recover the costs. I did another speed rally just to kind of get these guys all on the same level and just to do that. And then we finish up the battle. Let's see here, what's going on? Yeah, we're just sending. This is a part of the hit where I call juggling your planes. You just send your planes out because there's nothing that can hurt your planes, so you just keep sending your planes out over and over. Send them all out, keep going. Destroy everything here. I'm actually looking for a speed rally because I know it's up, and I speed rally on this, but everything's already destroyed. But still, I was looking for that. Okay. So that's we're gonna mark that as the first video. That's a pretty long video, and I hope that you guys learned a lot. And in the future, I'll see if I can slow it down and maybe make the videos not as long. But thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.